أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم أما بعد. So Alhamdulillah, today I would like to talk about the history of the monotheistic religions. How did we end up with Islam, as we know it today, and Christianity as we know it today, and Judaism as we know it today. We all know that the only religion that Allah Azza wa Jal has revealed to mankind is Islam. We all believe in that, and this is the only accepted form of religion. Because Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Imran, إِنَّ الدِّينَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ الْإِسْلَامِ. Indeed, the only accepted form of religion by Allah is Islam. But how come we have Judaism, we have Christianity, and we call them monotheistic religion, and why do we do that? And how this whole religion, this whole history evolved. And so I'm going to start from the father of the monotheistic religion. We'll start from Adam, I go very quickly, then I go to Prophet Ibrahim. We'll spend some time on the story of Prophet Ibrahim with his wife. How did he marry Hagar, and how he said Hagar in English, how he married her and what happened, and from there how things got divided, and what happened at the time of Jesus, and then what happened at the time of Prophet Muhammad and the Prophet Musa. We will also spend some time on the family of Prophet Ibrahim all the way to Prophet Musa, and then all the way to Prophet Muhammad. So it's a historical discussion, and all of it is from the Hadith and from the Quran. And I will give you all the references, inshallah, as we go through the journey of going through the history of the religions, inshallah. So Allah Azza wa Jal created Adam. When He created him, we know we've been created for the sole purpose of worshiping Allah Azza wa Jal. And the shaitan is the devil, is he's from the creation of jinn, who all he wants is for us not to be thankful to Allah Azza wa Jal and to stay away from the religion of Allah. As a result, Allah Azza wa Jal, throughout the history of mankind, after Adam all the way, He would send to the people from among them a messenger from them to remind them to be thankful to Allah Azza wa Jal and to worship Allah Azza wa Jal the way Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to worship Him. So the shaitan, on the other hand, is pulling the other side. Worship this and worship that, and he's patient. He keeps taking people away from the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal. So as the history of Ad and Thamud and all the different stories in the Quran, I'm not going to go through them. I'm going to stop directly at Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, whom Allah Azza wa Jal, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaches us that he is Khalilullah. He's the most beloved friend to Allah Azza wa Jal. And why? And what happened with Prophet Ibrahim? What's his story? So Allah Azza wa Jal teaches us in the Quran, says, Inna Ibrahim kana ummah. Ibrahim on his own, he was a nation. Subhanallah, he's a nation. When he left his father, so he was a little kid, and he worshipped Allah Azza wa Jal, and he believed in Allah, and he wanted people to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. So he went to his father, and his father used to create, he was a carpenter, and he used to make those little toys, they call him God, astaghfirullah azim. So he would make, out of wood, those little, shapes, and people worship them. So Ibrahim said to his father, "Oh my dear beloved father, Ya abati," in the Quran Allah Azza wa Jalla telling us. So he's telling him, and then his father is rejecting to the point where his father is telling him, if you're not going to leave me, لَأَرْجُمَنَّكَ, I'm going to stone you, or leave me, or walk away. So what did Ibrahim alayhi salam tell his father? قَالَ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكَ, peace be upon you. Look at the etiquette and the quality of Ibrahim alayhi salam when he's talking to his father. He didn't say, "You're a bad dad, how come you want to stone me to death?" He didn't say that. He still called him my dear beloved father. And when he's leaving, he says, قَالَ سَلَامٌ, peace be upon you. سَأَسْتَغْفِرُ لَكَ رَبِّي, I'm going to ask Allah Azza wa Jal forgiveness for you. This is the quality of how kids should actually behave with their parents. So then Ibrahim, the story. I'm not going to go through the story of Ibrahim, how he actually went and destroyed all the idols, and then the people came back and he left the axe with the biggest of those idols, and he told them he is the one who did it, and then they threw him in the fire, and Allah saved him from the fire. So I went through that story very quickly. After that, then Ibrahim alayhi salam left his people and went on a journey to call people towards the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. So how many people believed with him? فآمن له لوط. The only person that believed was Lut alayhi salam, Prophet Lut alayhi salam. So Ibrahim went in the roaming the land and calling people towards Allah Azza wa Jal. And Allah gives us a good story in Surah Al-An'am, where he went to certain people and they were looking at the stars and looking at the moon, and they pick a moon, they pick a star, they pick a planet, and they start to worship it. So Allah Azza wa Jal has given him the ability to reason and to argue logically with people. تِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا أَتَيْنَاهَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ. This is the reason, the logic that Allah Azza wa Jal has given Ibrahim. So he would go to people, he will go with them, go among them, try to understand them, and then try to cause them to Islam through their logic, through their understanding. So he got married, and he married one of the most beautiful women ever created on the face of the planet. And her name is Sarah. Sitna Sarah there's no beauty beyond her beauty, subhanAllah. She was the most beautiful woman ever created on the face of the planet. And she married Prophet Ibrahim. This is from Allah Azza wa Jal. So Prophet Ibrahim, he's roaming the land, and he went all the way down to Egypt, calling people, Inna Ibrahima kana umma qanitan lillahi hanifan musliman ma kana min mushrikin. He was devoting himself to Allah Azza wa Jal. There was no shirk with Allah Azza wa Jal. He totally believed and worshipped Allah. So when he arrived to Egypt, at that time there was a king that loved women. And every time he sees a beautiful woman, he wants that woman for himself. He heard from people telling him, we saw this man coming in with the most gorgeous woman, and she's coming in Egypt. So what did the king say? I want that woman. So subhanAllah, Allah Azza wa Jal brought the wahi on Ibrahim alayhi salam. So Ibrahim told his wife Sarah, he said, if they come to take you, don't tell them that I am your husband. Because if they know that I am your husband, what they're going to do, they're going to kill me, and he's going to take you. But if you tell them I'm your brother, then they're going to take you, but they're not going to harm me, they're not going to kill me. And then we'll pray to Allah and Allah will save us. But at least let us do this small lie. And Ibrahim alayhi salam did 2 lies in his life, and both of them are justified. One of them is fear for his own death, and the other one, when the people went out to worship whatever they want, he told them, Inni saqim, I am sick, I'm going to stay back. And he went and destroyed all the idols. So he tricked them. These are the only 2 lies that are okay that Ibrahim ibn alayhi salam has done. So what happened is, now Sarah was taken by the king. The king wanted that woman for himself. So he wants to approach her. He brought his hand closer to her, and as he's coming closer to her, his hand got paralyzed. SubhanAllah. So then he was like, what's going on? So Sarah told him, if you release me and let me go, I'll pray to Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah will give you back feeling in your hands. So then the king says, yes, do so. So she prayed to Allah Azza wa Jal, he got feelings back into his hand. He reached again for her. His hand got paralyzed again. Second time. So she told him, I told you, release me, and I will pray to Allah, and then you will get your feelings back. He said, I will release you. His feeling came back. He did it 3rd time, 3 times. The 3rd time is like, you're wished, you're a witch, you're bewitched, you're something that is. He got very, very scared from her. He says, I'm going to release you. Not only I'm going to release you, I'm going to give you gifts. So he gave her gifts. He gave her a lot of things. Among the gifts that he gave Sarah was who? Was Sitna Hajar. Sitna Hajar, the other wife of Ibrahim that as we know today, was gifted to her by a king in Egypt, and she was the maid, as a slave or a maid. That's why they call it the right-hand maid of Sarah. Hajar was a maid of Sarah, and was gifted to her by that king. So now she came back to Ibrahim, and they left Egypt, and they went back to where they lived in Jerusalem, in Palestine. So as they're living there, Ibrahim alayhi salam always look up in the sky and the stars, and he asked Allah Azza wa Jal for progeny, for offsprings. He want to have children. And he constantly worshiped Allah, and whatever Allah Azza wa Jal tested him with, he would give, he would do, he would fulfill, he would commit, he will do everything that Allah Azza wa Jal asked him to do. So Sarah was very, very old, becoming very old. She was like 90 or so in age, and yet she didn't have any children. So Ibrahim wants to have children. Sarah told him, listen, I want to gift you my right hand maid, Hagar, as a wife. Marry her, and Allah inshallah will give you a progeny and will give you children from Hagar. Ibrahim accepted, and he married Hagar alayhi salam. When he married Hagar alayhi salam, she became pregnant and she gave birth to a boy. And this boy is Ismail. Ismail, every time he's mentioned in the Quran, he's mentioned as Halim. He's forbearing, right? Whereas later, as we will learn about Ishaq, he's Alim, he's got the knowledge. So the knowledge comes from the Ishaq side, the Hilm, the forbearance come from the side of Ismail alayhi salam. So now, Ibrahim does not have Ishaq yet. All he has is Ismail alayhi salam. Allah wanted to test Ibrahim and wanted to do something, and Allah is planning and plotting things that are thousands of years to come. Subhanallah. We think we're smart, we're going to plot for a year, and we're going to plan for this, and we're going to plan, and we could be planning the most plans, and then as you will see throughout the stories, how everybody is plotting, how everybody is planning, and thinking that they are going to win, and they're going to do this, and they're going to do that, and at the end, you see that Allah Azza wa Jal has had a total different plan, and Allah is the most and the best planner, subhanAllah. And the plans of Allah Azza wa Jal are the plans that will, inshallah, prevail. So Allah Azza wa Jal ordered and commanded Ibrahim alayhi salam to go and take his son and his wife Hagar to a place where to a valley where there is no vegetation. So what Ibrahim alayhi salam, he's got his son. He's just happy now. He finally has a child, and he lives all the way down in the land of Palestine. And now he's asked to go all the way where Mecca is today, where there was 0 people, there was nobody. It was an empty, not even a desert. It wasn't just a sand desert. It's a rocky place where there's nothing. There was no water, no vegetation, nothing. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, بِوَادٍ غَيْرِ ذِي زَرْعٍ. There's no vegetation. So he was commanded to take his wife Hagar and his son Ismail, who was still nursing from his mother, and he took them all the way to that valley. They went to this valley, and he dropped them and he left them in the valley, turned her back and kept walking. So Hagar, running after him, "Oh Ibrahim, how are you going to leave us? Who's going to take care of us?" Says, "Nothing. What is going to happen?" And he kept walking. He would not turn back. He doesn't want his heart to feel, to weaken and then disobey the commandment of Allah Azza wa Jalla and take him back. He left them in the middle of the desert. So then Hajar alayhi salam, she asked Ibrahim and she says, "Did Allah ask you to do this?" He says, "Yes." She said, "By Allah, He will not let us down." She turned back and she sat down and she submitted completely to Allah Azza wa Jalla. So therefore Ibrahim turned back and he made a dua to Allah Azza wa Jalla. And the dua that he made, Allah Azza wa Jalla has preserved it till the end of time. The dua of Ibrahim. And it's why? It is in the Quran in Surah Ibrahim alayhi salam. And he turned back and what did he say? Say, "Rabbana, O my Lord, inni askantu min dhurriyyati biwadin ghayri dhi dhar'an 'inda baytika al-muharram." O Allah, O my Lord, O our Lord, I have left from my offspring in a valley, I have inhabited my offspring in a valley where there is no vegetation, where you call it, this is your house, your sacred house, Baytik al-Muharram. So, oh Allah, I'm going to ask you. Now, so what did Ibrahim, look at the quality of the dua of Ibrahim. Oh Allah, you asked me, I fulfilled, and I did everything you asked me, but I want to ask you one thing. And I'm going to ask you for one thing. What did he ask them? Did he say, "Oh Allah, give them food. Oh Allah, send people to help them. Oh Allah, give them water"? No. He says, "Rabbana liyuqimu as-salah." Oh Allah, let them establish salah. Look at the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam. If they do salat, Allah will take care of them. Everything good will happen to them. Rabbana liyuqimu as-salah. Oh Allah, make them among those who establish salah. Rabbana liyuqimu as-salah faj'al أفئدة من الناس تهوي إليهم. Let the hearts of the people come to them. And Allah Azza wa Jal made Mecca and Kaaba today the place where the hearts of people want to come. This is from Dua of Ibrahim. Everybody go to Mecca, I want to go. It's a beautiful place. It's a place of peace. Because Ibrahim later says, oh Allah, make it a peaceful place. It is a place of peace. SubhanAllah, Dua of Ibrahim, the call of Ibrahim alayhi salam. رَبَّنَا لِيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ رَبَّنَا فَاجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Let the hearts of the people come to them. وَارْزُقْهُمْ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ. And give them fruits in sustenance. Give them sustenance in terms of fruit. Why? He didn't say so they have big bellies and they'll be, they'll be happy and they'll be lazy. He says no. And give them fruit and give them the sustenance. لَعَلَّهُمْ وَارْزُقْهُمْ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ لَعَلَّهُم يَشْكُرُونَ. Maybe they will be thankful to you, O Allah. That was the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam. SubhanAllah. When Ibrahim left them and turned back, and we know the story of Hagar, where she was going between Safa and Marwa 7 times, and then Jibreel came in and then gave him the water of Zamzam, and shall we stop the water of Zamzam? So I'm going to be jumping quickly at certain aspects. I'm going to spend more time at specific point, but I want to make the full picture, inshallah. I'll give you the main points, inshallah, at the end of the presentation, inshallah. So she went back and forth, and then there's a caravan came in, they saw birds, and they realized there's water. This place didn't have water, and they came to her, and they settled with her, and now this area became a town. People started to come to that town. And then later, Ibrahim alayhi salam was asked to come back and to slaughter his son. And yet, he still doesn't have any other children. He doesn't have Ishaq. He only has Ismail. Left him in the desert. Left back. He comes back and check on them the next time when his son, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعْهُ السَّعِي. When he reached the age that he can walk with his father, he can communicate with his father, they can talk together. Like the age of 7, 8-year-old, you're so proud of your son. Your son is growing up. Your son is going out with you, playing with you. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعَهُ السَّعْيَ قَالَ يَا بُنَيَّ إِنِّي أَرَى فِي الْمَنَامِ أَنِّي أَذْبَحُكَ فَانظُرْ مَاذَا تَرَى. Oh my son, I see in the dream that I'm slaughtering you. What do you see? This is how Ibrahim, because he know the quality of Ismail alayhi salam. When Allah Azza wa Jal speaks about Ismail alayhi salam, what is the quality that Allah Azza wa Jal tells us about Ismail? كان يأمر أهله بالصلاة والزكاة وكان عند ربه مرضيا. Ismail used to command and order his family to do salat and to give zakat, and Allah was pleased with him. And Allah's pleasure was actually showering over him. Why? Because Ibrahim made the dua. He says, oh Allah, made them among those who established salat. Ismail not only established salat, he also commanded his family to establish salat. Subhanallah. This is the quality of Ismail. So when Ismail heard these words from his father, his father told him, I see in a dream that I'm slaughtering you. So Ismail didn't say, you're a bad dad, I'm going to call 911, I'm going to hit you. You can't kill me, you can't slaughter me. He didn't say that. قال يا أبتي. He used the same word as Ibrahim used with his father. يا أبتي, my dear beloved father, افعل ما تؤمر. Do what you've been commanded. Look at the quality of Ismail alayhi salam. فلما أسلما وتله للجبين وناديناه يا إبراهيم قد صدقت الرؤيا. When they submitted completely, both of them, and he put the knife on his throat and he started to slaughter his son, Allah called him. He says, oh Ibrahim, indeed you have believed. You have believed in the ru'ya and the dream that we have revealed to you. And then Allah Azza wa Jal has given him a sacrifice. And this is why we go to Hajj and we do all the udhiyah and we follow in the footsteps of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So I'm going to jump now, going back. So Ibrahim went back and forth, and then later he built the Kaaba with Ismail alayhi salam. They both built it together. And every time they put a block, رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Oh Allah, accept from us. And while they're building the Kaaba, Ibrahim and Ismail together made the dua to Allah Azza wa Jal. ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة ويزكيهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم. Oh Allah, send among them, from them, a messenger. To them He will teach them the wisdom, He will teach them the book, He will teach them, and then He will purify them. And you, oh Allah, you are the most almighty, you are the most wise. Oh Allah, send them a messenger to them from among them to guide them. The dua of Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam, that from the people in Mecca sent to them a messenger that will be the messenger that will guide them to Islam. And Allah accepted the dua, but delivered later, but Allah accepted the dua from both of them. And every block they put, they say, oh Allah, accept from us. Imagine they're building the Kaaba, the first house on the face of the planet that is truly dedicated for the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. How many people go and pray at Kaaba at Mecca today? Millions and millions and millions and millions, billions of people. And every time somebody goes pray, Ismail and Ibrahim, they're getting the reward because they built it. And what? And as they're building it, they're having this fear in their heart, oh Allah, accept from us. We're, alhamdulillah, we're building masajid. The key in building masajid is that Allah accepts. It's not like people think we have this or we have those walls or we have this or we have that. No, we build the masajid for Allah Azza wa Jal. Inna al-masajid lillah, inna al-masajid lillahi fala tad'u ma'a Allahi ahada. The houses of Allah, the masajid are only for Allah Azza wa Jal. You do not call anyone with Allah Azza wa Jal. So they built the Kaaba, and then Ibrahim is living with Sarah, and Sarah is 90 plus years old, almost 100 years old, and she still cannot have any child. So the angels came in to destroy the town of Lut. So Lot, we're not going to spend time on that, but when Ibrahim a.s. saw them, he thought they were visitors. He went and brought them a fat cow, fat small cow. And he slaughtered it, and he tried to feed them. When he realized that his hand cannot reach them, he got scared. And then he's trying to serve them the food, and he can't touch them, he can't reach them. And he was really, really nervous and scared, and he was acting very funny. To the point that his wife Sarah watched what he was doing, she started to laugh. She was laughing loud at him. She wasn't smiling, فضحكت, she was laughing. So when she was laughing, then the angels turned back to her, and then they gave her the glad tidings that you will have a son, you will call him Ishaq, and you will live to see your grandson, and his name is Yaqub. فَبَشَّرْنَاهَا بِإِسْحَاقَ وَمِن بَعْدِ إِسْحَاقَ يَعْقُوب. So Allah Azza wa Jalla says she's 90 plus years old. She's going to have a child. His name's going to be Ishaq. He's going to grow up. He's going to get married. He's going to have a child. He's going to name Yaqub, and you're going to live to see both of your grandchildren. Or you're going to see your grandchild and your child. That's the glad tidings they gave her. She was just laughing at her husband, and her heart is pure towards Allah Azza wa Jalla. So then she became pregnant. She gave birth to Ishaq, just like Allah Azza wa Jalla and the angels have actually given her as glad tidings. She lived to also see her grandson Yaqub alayhi salam. So who is Yaqub? So now, just a quick summary. We have Ismail living with his family, and he got older and he got married, and he's living in the land of what we know today, Mecca, right? Where by the Kaaba, and people coming in to worship Allah Azza wa Jal, truly worship Allah Azza wa Jal according to Islam, and worship Him in that house of Allah Azza wa Jal. Later, now Ibrahim has a grandson. His name is Yaqub. Yaqub has another name. What is the other name of Yaqub, Prophet Yaqub? Israel, right? Israel. So Prophet Yaqub is Israel, Israel. And Allah Azza wa Jal has given him and blessed him with 12 sons. Bani Israel, the children of Yaqub, the children of Israel. So Bani, when we say the Bani, the children of Israel, we know they're the children of Prophet Yaqub. And among them, who is also the child of Yaqub alayhi salam? Yusuf alayhi salam. Right? So this was a turning point in humanity, the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. It's a beautiful story, probably needs an entire lecture on its own just to go through the story of Prophet Yusuf, but I will not go through it today. So we know that Yaqub had 12 children, and Yusuf alayhi salam was his favorite, and how Allah Azza wa Jalla took him away from him, and then he went to Egypt, and how Allah Azza wa Jalla, through his patience, he stuck in Islam, and he was among the muhsinin, the good doers. He would, even if he has nothing, but he would spend time, he would give time to others, he would give, he would help, he would support. He was everywhere. You see in the surah Yusuf said, "Inna naraka min al-muhsinin." We see you among the muhsinin. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, "وَأَتَيْنَاهُ حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ." Allah has given him the wisdom, He's given him the knowledge, and this is how Allah Azza wa Jalla reward the muhsinin. So he was a good doer. This is one of the highest level that you can reach in Islam, is to become and to be recognized by Allah Azza wa Jalla that you are a muhsin. Not only you're a muttaqi, you fear Allah. No, you fear Allah, but you have ihsan. You help other, you support other. You're a good doer on the face of the planet. So then, Yusuf alayhi salam went to Egypt. Allah Azza wa Jal made him the Aziz, made him the person responsible of the treasures of Egypt. Because he was patient. He was nothing. He was taken as a slave. And he ended up to be what? The treasurer of Egypt. The entire treasures of Egypt were commanded under his hands. But yet he didn't take anything, and he lived in a tent just like everybody else. SubhanAllah. Allah Azza wa Jal has given him the knowledge, given him the wisdom, but he was trustworthy. Because when he told the king then, he says, قَالَ اجْعَلْنِي عَلَى خَزَائِنِ الْأَرْضِ إِنِّي حَفِيظٌ عَلِيمٌ. I will protect it, and I have the knowledge. Because my master taught me how to do calculation, how to do economics, how to forecast, how to do all the things. So he has the knowledge, and he has what? The ability, and he was trustworthy. As a result, Allah Azza wa Jal raised his level where? In this life and in the hereafter. Until the end of time, we will remember the story of Yusuf and what Yusuf told his father, what his father told him, what he told his brother, what his brother told him. Why? Because he was a muhsin, he was a good doer, and Allah kept his story till the end of time. SubhanAllah. So now, this is a turning point in humanity, in history. As a result of Yusuf, he realized they got the wealth, they got everything, so he told his father and his brothers, come and let's settle in Egypt. We are recognized as good people. You are from the family of Al-Aziz. Al-Aziz was Yusuf. So come and you're going to live in good life. So Allah Azza wa Jal divided them into 12 asbat, 12 nations, the children of Israel. 12 brothers, 12 nations. So from them, as generation after generation start to come, comes now the most tyrant person ever created on the face of the planet that Allah Azza wa Jalla speaks about in the Quran, Firaun. That was later, as the generations and generation of children of Israel, they were actually multiplying. So all of this children of the one person, Yaqub, and his family, multiplying. Now when the tyrant Firaun comes, he started to enslave them. He used them as a second-class citizen or a fifth-class citizen. And the Egyptians are the people that are recognized as the high-class people, and he enslaved them and he made them do a lot of hard labors. And as a result, Allah Azza wa Jalla wants to save them. So they knew, they got from prophets after prophets that came to them that there will be a prophet that will come and save them and take them out from Firaun. And this prophet, we know the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. Again, I told you how people plot and plan, and how Allah plots and plans, and Allah is the best of planners. Firaun wanted to kill every son of Bani Israel, so none of them will become that one man that will come and bring his tyranny and his ruling down to the ground, like the prophecy says. So he killed all the children, but Allah Azza wa Jal saved Musa alayhi salam, but bringing wahi to his mother to put him in the river. And then who raised the son? Who raised Musa alayhi salam? Firaun himself. He sent him to his house, and his wife Asya, who is one of the best women ever created on earth, that Allah Azza wa Jalla speaks about her in the Quran, she's the one who raised him. And he was raised by Firaun, by the family of Firaun. And he has given the knowledge, and again Allah Azza wa Jalla tells us in the Quran, وَلَمَّا بَلَغَ أَشُدَّهُ وَاسْتَوَى آتَيْنَاهُ حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ. When he reached the best of age, Allah Azza wa Jalla has given him the knowledge and the wisdom, and this is how Allah Azza wa Jalla reward the good doers. About Musa alayhi salam. We know the story of Musa, how he went to Madian, how he killed one of the Egyptians. He went to Madian, he came back, Allah Azza wa Jalla gave him the prophecy. He went to Firaun and he demanded that he gets the children of Israel. And then Firaun rejected, and then Allah Azza wa Jalla sent the 9 signs where the skies was raining with their frogs everywhere. The water would turn into blood. I mean, all the different signs. And Firaun wouldn't accept. At the end, Firaun actually submitted, and he let them leave Egypt. So Musa alayhi salam took the children of Israel, and he crossed the Red Sea with them. Allah Azza wa Jal sent Jibreel alayhi salam, split the water for them, and he made to them a road, a hard paved road for them to cross. Allah Azza wa Jal اضرب لهم طريقا في البحر يبسا لا تخاف دركا ولا تخشى. So when Allah Azza wa Jal revealed to Jibreel alayhi salam, said, when you split the sea, imagine the sea is open now. The bed of the sea is sand and wet and muddy and rocks. I mean, you can't take cars and take your donkeys and your horses and your camels through this muddy water or muddy thing. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, no, not only you split the sea, you made it a very hard, easy to travel on road. Subhanallah. Dry, hard, paved for them. Tariqan yabasa, a hard paved road for them to walk on. So now here this comes the most interesting part of the khutbah or this discussion, inshallah, is after Musa alayhi salam crossed the sea with Bani Israel. What happened? And this is a turning point in the history as well. So there were multiple turning points, but Allah Azza wa Jal asked Ibrahim alayhi salam to take one child, put him in Mecca, the other one settled, and then Allah Azza wa Jal made his grandchild Yaqub and his children go to Egypt. They were enslaved, and Allah Azza wa Jal take them with Prophet Musa alayhi salam, and to save them, these are the children of the great grandchildren of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So now they cross the sea. وَجَاوَزْنَا بِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْبَحْرَ فَأَتَوْا عَلَى قَوْمٍ يَعْكُفُونَ عَلَى أَصْنَامٍ لَهُمْ. When Allah Azza wa Jal crossed the river, across the sea with them, they saw people worshipping statues. They enjoyed what they saw. They saw, like, oh, it's like trees with decoration on it and lights that flash, and they put all those things, and this red man with the white beard and all kind of things, as they saw. So basically they saw people worshipping other than God, and it looked so beautiful to them. قالوا يا موسى اجعل لنا إلها كما لهم آلهة. Oh Musa, make us a God like them, like they have gods. We want to see something to worship. قال إنكم قوم تجهلون. You are ignorant people. قال أغير الله أبغيكم إلها وهو فضلكم على العالمين. Do I choose for you other God than Allah Azza wa Jal, and He has favored you over everybody in the world? He has favored you over everything. Why do you want to worship other than Him? So then they settled. They didn't say anything, and then they crossed the sea, and they start going in the Sinai desert. So Musa later told them, he said, I have an appointment with Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal, when He revealed the Quran, the Torah to Musa alayhi salam, this is something very important. So He summoned Musa to him. And He told Musa, come to me, you have 30 days, you're going to spend with me 30 days, and tell your people you're going to stay away for 30 days, because I have something very, very important to give you. So Musa was very anxious, and he left even earlier. When he went to meet with Allah Azza wa Jal, he ended up staying 40 days, but he told his people he's going to be staying 30 days. Before he left, he asked his brother Harun, he said, خلفني في قومي وأصلح, and you become my Khalifa, you become the person in charge while I'm gone, and do Islah. Don't make divisions. Don't do anything. Make sure you keep them focused to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. So he went to Musa alayhi salam, and he was in the mountain, Jabal al-Tur, the Mount of Tur, waiting for the commandments to come to him from Allah Azza wa Jal. When Allah Azza wa Jal started, the communication between him and Musa alayhi salam, so Musa asked Allah, he says, oh Allah, let me see you. قال ربي أرني أنظر إليك. He says, oh Allah, and this is all in Surah Al-A'raf. Oh Allah, let me see you. قال لن تراني ولكن انظر إلى الجبل فإن استقر مكانه فسوف تراني. He said, you're not going to be able to see me. But look at this mountain. If this mountain was still standing, you might be able to see. فلما تجلى ربه إلى الجبل جعله دكاء وخر موسى صعقا. When Allah exalted Himself to the mountain, and the mountain recognized that Allah is exalting Himself to him, the mountain trembled in ruins, in dust, and totally got destroyed. And then out of this entire explosion, Musa alayhi salam, فَخَرَّ مُوسَى صَعِقًا. Musa fell down totally unconscious. He couldn't bear that. فَلَمَّا أَفَاقَ. When he woke up, قَالَ تُبْتُ إِلَيْكَ وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. He said, "Oh Allah, I do tawbah to you. I'm doing repentance to you, oh Allah, and I am the first of the believers. I believe in you." So then Allah Azza wa Jal, He told him, قال يا موسى إني اصطفيتك على الناس برسالاتي وبكلامي فخذ ما آتيتك وكن من الشاكرين. He says, "Oh Musa, I have chosen you over all mankind with my words and with my message to you. So take what I'm giving you and be among those who are thankful." Again, our purpose in life is to be thankful to Allah Azza wa Jal. Then Allah told Musa, He says, "While you are gone, إِنَّ فَتَنَّا قَوْمَكَ مِنْ بَعْدِكَ وَأَضَلَّهُمُ السَّامِرِينَ." He said, while you were gone, we have tested your people and they failed the test. And the person who deceived them, his name is the Samiri. So Musa came back very, very angry to his people. He took the tablets, and Allah Azza wa Jalla told him, وَكَتَبْنَا لَهُ فِي الْأَلْوَاحِ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مَوْعِظَةً وَتَفْصِيلًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. Allah has given him the wisdom and the commandments to everything. It wasn't 10 commandments like what people say. Give him the entire Torah with all the commandments, with all the details with it, written in the tablets. Musa didn't write them. It was written and it was given to him. So when Musa came back, he saw that his people, what happened? While Musa was away, the Samiri, who was an Egyptian man. Now, who raised the Samiri? Musa alayhi salam was raised by the most tyrant man on the face of the planet, Firaun. But he turned out to become one of the most beloved men to Allah Azza wa Jal, Rasul Allah, who is a messenger to Allah Azza wa Jal. And Allah Azza wa Jal has chosen him and given him the message. Whereas the Samiri, he was in the desert. He was lost. So who took care of him? Jibreel alayhi salam. Jibreel alayhi salam, angel Jibreel, would come, he would feed him, he would take care of him, and he raised him and he grew up with Jibreel alayhi salam. Samiri. This person who deceived Bani Israel. What happened is when Jibreel alayhi salam came and split the sea to save the children of Israel, Samiri saw him and recognized him and saw where the footprints of Jibreel are touching the ground. He went and grabbed some of the remnants of where his footprints are, and he kept them with himself. قبضت قبضة من أثر الرسول قال قبضت قبضة من أثر الرسول فنبذتها وكذلك سولت لي نفسي. So I took some of the remnants, or where the messenger Ibrahim was touching, and he took it. And what he did, he went, so he had saved those sand and those green that were coming out from the ground where Jibreel was touching, and he saved that aside. And then when the Musa was gone, after 30 days, he didn't come back. He told them, "Listen, he's not going to come back. We need to repent to Allah Azza wa Jal." When the children of Israel left Egypt, the Egyptians, because of all the things that happened to them, all the 9 signs, they start giving them gold. Take whatever, steal whatever, take whatever you want with you, and just leave us. We don't want you. We don't want the punishment from Allah Azza wa Jal. So when they came back, now somebody told them, "You've taken so much gold and so much evil stuff from these people in Egypt. You have to pay it back to Allah Azza wa Jal. How you do that? I'm going to build for you al-ajl, the calf, the things that he built to them from their gold." حَمِّلْنَا أَوْزَارًا مِنْ زِينَةِ الْقَوْمِ. We have been carrying, this is Surah Taha, we have carried all these sins from all the golds that we took from Egypt. And then he asked them to shape it, and he shaped it for them, and he threw on it the dust from what he collected from the remnants of Jibreel alayhi salam, and as a result the calf made a noise, or because it was hollow or something, he tricked them somehow that it made a sound. So now they believe that this is their God, and they started to prostrate down to that calf. So as they're doing this, there were three types of people. There were people that were actually prostrating down to that calf. There were people who were not doing anything. They're just watching and smiling. Yeah, he's just worshipping. Yeah, that's stupid. They didn't do anything. They didn't do Amr bil Ma'ruf or Nahy al Munkar. And they were the other group, the group of Harun alayhi salam. Harun and few of the good men that were with him, they were telling them, no, this is wrong. You can't do that. They were actually fighting with them to the point where they threatened Harun that they're going to kill him. So Harun stepped back. So there's that group that did Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy al Munkar, the group that is passive, and the group that actually worshipped the calf. When Musa came back, he was so angry. He threw the tablets. He took his brother. He held him from his hair, from his beard, and he started pulling him to himself. As he's doing that to him, so Harun was he said قال ابن أم لا تأخذ بلحيتي ولا برأسي إني خشيت أن تقول فرقت بين بني إسرائيل ولم ترقب قولي. He says, oh my brother, do not drag me from my head and from my beard. I fear that you have said that I have made divisions within the ranks of Bani Israel. I tried to stop them, but they threatened me. They said they're going to kill me. So then Musa alayhi salam says, oh Allah, forgive me and forgive my brother. I did not. And right away he accepted and he believed his brother. And then he went to the Samari. He said, what did you do? He told him, I saw the remnants of the messenger and I did what I told them to do, and this is how my own nafs has deceived me. So then Musa alayhi salam destroyed the calf, that golden thing, and kicked the Samari. He says, nobody's going to touch you, but you're cast in the land. And he kicked him out, and he says, Allah will punish you at the end for what you have done. So then Musa alayhi salam got the commandment from Allah Azza wa Jal to do one thing, which is very important. So Musa alayhi salam told them, the people that were passive must kill and slaughter the people that worship the calf. And the people that did Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy al Munkar, they don't have to do anything. So everybody that prostrated down to the calf must be killed, and must be killed by someone who is passive. So he's punishing them both, and each one of them is getting their punishment. A son was killing his father, a father was killing his son, a husband was killing his wife, a daughter was killing her father. All of these things were happening, and thousands of Bani Israel were slaughtered and killed. It was a bloodbath. Then after that, then Allah Azza wa Jal continues in Surah Al-A'raf, and He teaches that وَاخْتَارَ مُوسَى قَوْمَهُ سَبْعِينَ رَجُلًا لِمِيقَاتِنَا. After they killed all the ones that prostrated down to the calf, Allah commanded Musa that he choose from his people 70 of the best of Bani Israel. 70 of the best of those who did Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy al Munkar. He said, you need to come with me, and we need to go, and we need to ask forgiveness from Allah Azza wa Jal. So he took him back to Jabal al-Tur, him and 70 of the best of Bani Israel. As he was started to climb up the mountain, they looked at him and says, O Musa, لَن نُؤْمِنَ لَكَ حَتَّى نَرَى اللَّهَ جَهْرًا. We will not believe in you until we see Allah with our own eyes. This is in Surah Al-Baqarah. فَأَخَذَتْهُمُ الصَّاعِقَةُ فَأَخَذَتْهُمُ الرَّجْفَةُ. So Allah Azza wa Jalla, 2 places in the Quran, the lightning came to them, and then the earth shook under them, and they were all destroyed. So then Musa alayhi salam, now he is in a tough situation. Thousands of people are slaughtered. He took the best to go ask Allah's forgiveness. Those 70 people are destroyed. He stood and he made the dua himself, by himself, to Allah Azza wa Jal, asking Allah's forgiveness. قال ربي لو شئت أهلكتهم من قبل وإياي أتهلكنا بما فعل السفهاء منا. Oh Allah, you could have destroyed them and myself before. Are you destroying us because of the worst of us have done? إن هي إلا فتنتك تضل بها من تشاء وتهدي بها من تشاء أنت ولينا فاغفر لنا وأنت خير الغافرين فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الغافرين. Oh Allah, you can deceive whomever you please. You can guide whomever you please. This is your test. Oh Allah, we ask you forgiveness. We ask your mercy. You are the most forgiving. So then Allah Azza wa Jal answered Musa. He says, and this is one of the key things that we need to take away from this entire discussion. Then Allah Azza wa Jal told Musa, He says, قَالَ عَذَابِ أُصِيبُ بِهِ مَنْ أَشَاءُ وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. He says, my punishment, I touch with it, I harm with it whomever I please. It's Allah Azza wa Jal. He's the Almighty. He's the All Glorious. He can say that. I can punish whomever I please. But وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. But my mercy has encompassed everything. If you look at the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal, just try to kind of imagining the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. Everything that exists on the face of the planet, animal, insect, human, everything, have mercy. Like I have a mercy. I can't take my son and throw him in the fire because I'm merciful to him. A mother, will she do that to her son? No. We all share the 1% of the mercy of Allah. SubhanAllah. That's the level of mercy that Allah Azza wa Jal has. He says, قال my punishment I touch with it whomever please وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. But my mercy has encompassed everything. فَسَأَكْتُبُهَا. But there's a condition on my mercy. When you get my mercy, you are saved. So the only way as Muslims or anybody on the face of the planet to be saved and to enter Jannah is through the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. We can't go by our work or whatever we do. We have to earn the mercy. Once we enter into the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal, you know you're in a better place than your own mother. SubhanAllah. So Allah Azza wa Jal now made a ruling and a commandment to Musa alayhi salam. And he says this commandment needs to go to the rest of the humanity. He says, وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. My mercy has encompassed everything. فَسَأَكْتُبُهَا. I'm going to prescribe it. لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ. To those who fear Allah Azza wa Jal. وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةِ. And those who give zakat. So those who pray. يَتَّقُونَ. التَّقْوَى is salat, siyam, zakat. Fearing Allah Azza wa Jal and obeying Allah Azza wa Jal and staying away from the things that Allah doesn't want you to do. So, الَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةِ. And they give zakat. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِآيَاتِنَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. And those who believe in the signs of Allah Azza wa Jal. So that's the believers. That's the Muslims. That's us. So Allah is talking to who? To Prophet Musa alayhi salam. But he didn't stop here. He continued. He says, وَالَّذِينَ. And those. وَالَّذِينَ يَتَّبِعُونَ الرَّسُولَ النَّبِيَّ الْأُمِّيِّ. And those who follow. He didn't say those who believe in. Those who follow and obey the messenger, al-Rasul, the messenger, al-Nabi, the prophet, al-Ummi, the illiterate one, الذي يجدونه مكتوبا عندهم في التوراة والإنجيل. The one they will see references about him written in their Torah and in their Gospels. يأمرهم بالمعروف. He commands them to do righteousness. وينهاهم عن المنكر. And he forbid them from doing the evil things. ويحل لهم الطيبات. And make halal unto them the good things that are good for them. وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. And he make haram unto them the things that are evil for them. وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ وَيَضَعُ عَنْهُمْ إِسْرَهُمْ وَالْأَغْلَالَ الَّتِي كَانَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ. And he will relieve them from the chains that was on their necks. أَغْلَالَ الَّتِي كَانَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ. فالذين آمنوا به وعزروه ونصروه واتبعوا النور الذي أنزل معه أولئك هم المفلحون. Those who believe in him, gave him nusra, gave him victory. وعزروه ونصروه. So they went with him, they followed him, they gave him victory. ونصروه واتبعوا النور الذي أنزل معه. And they followed the guidance of the light that was revealed to him, which is the Quran. These are the ones who are successful. So what did Allah Azza wa Jal tell Musa then? He said, "O Musa, I will forgive your people, but there is one condition, that they must follow and obey and believe in the final messenger who is going to be illiterate, who will come to them, who is going to make their religion much easier on them." Because right now their religion is very difficult. Because Allah Azza wa Jal tells us earlier in the Quran, says, وَفَبِظُلْمٍ مِّنَ الَّذِينَ هَادُوا حَرَّمْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ طَيِّبَاتٍ أُحِلَّتْ لَهُمْ. Because how arrogant and how bad those who called themselves Jews, they did, Allah made haram unto them things that were good to them. If you look at the kosher food, how difficult it is for them to eat, Islam came and made it very, very easy. The halal food is good food for us, subhanAllah. Whereas the kosher food is very difficult. So Allah told Musa alayhi salam then on the mountain of Tur, tell your people, there will be a messenger, he will come. They need to give me a covenant, they need to do a commitment right now, that when he will come, they will follow him, obey him, and believe in him. So Musa accepted. And Musa, when he accepted that requirement from Allah Azza wa Jal, what did Allah Azza wa Jal say? فَبَعَثْنَاهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَوْتِهِمْ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَشْكُرُونَ. Then Allah then Allah Azza wa Jal brought them all back to life. The 70 and the one that were slaughtered. Allah. So Allah brought them back all to life, and then Musa came to them. He says, listen, there will be the final messenger. When he will come, you have to obey him, you have to believe in him, and you have to support him. They said, okay. He said, that's the only condition. They said, we agree. That's an easy condition. When he will come, he's going to make our religion easy. He's going to come with the light from Allah Azza wa Jal. He's going to tell us to do good, forbid us from doing bad. How hard it is. It's so easy. Yes, we will follow and we will obey. Very easy. Very easy commandment they thought they are adhering to. But they didn't know the arrogance that they have and what's going to happen. So throughout the history of Bani Israel, every messenger who will come, and you will see that in the Gospels and in the Torah today that they have, every messenger is giving them glad tidings to the final messenger who will come. The final messenger. When he will come, you have to obey him. Prophet Dawood told them the same thing. Prophet Sulaiman told them the same thing. All the prophets that came to them reminded them that you have made the covenant that you're going to follow and obey the final messenger who's going to be illiterate. They said, we accept. Easy. It's all coming. All the messengers were coming from them. From the children of Sarah or children of Ibrahim alayhi salam. From that side, not the side of Ismail. Until Isa alayhi salam comes. So when Isa alayhi salam was born, he was born miraculously. His mother was a virgin. And when she brought him to them, she has committed fasting from speaking, and Allah Azza wa Jal has kind of stopped her tongue from speaking. She couldn't speak for 3 days. So she brought her son in the cradle and she pointed it to the rabbis and the people then from Bani Israel. What did Isa alayhi salam? Isa alayhi spoke to them in the cradle. قال إني عبد الله. Indeed, I am the servant of Allah. He never said, I'm a child of Allah, or I am Allah, or I am partner, or whatever it is. إني عبد الله آتاني الكتاب وجعلني نبيا وجعلني مباركا أينما مت أينما كنت وأوصاني بالصلاة والزكاة ما دمت حيا وبرا بولدتي ولم يجعلني جبارا شقيا. So, and then there's the ayat, so I'm not going to go on those. So what Isa alayhi salam spoke in the cradle to them that I am the servant of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah has given me the book. He has made me a messenger. He has made me a prophet. So they all accepted it. They all were very excited that this miraculously born one, they thought he is the one. He is the final messenger. He's going to bring them and tell them what Allah Azza wa Jal, and so they're the one that's going to make their religion easy on them. So as he was growing up, they took him and they took him into their temples and they taught him the Torah and they were treating him very, very nicely. He is the next messenger that's coming to them from Allah Azza wa Jal. And indeed he was the next messenger then, but he was not the final messenger as they expected. So they started asking him as he was growing up. I said, are you the final messenger? They asked him explicitly, are you the one? He said, no, I am not the one. مُبَشِّرًا بِرَسُولٍ يَأْتِي مِنْ بَعْدِ اسْمُهُ أَحْمَدٍ. He told them, indeed, I am the one before him, and the final one that will come to me, his name is Ahmad in the Quran. So I'm not going to give you the references in the Bible. There are tons of references. I can go through those. But I'm sticking to the Quran here. It says, مُبَشِّرًا بِنَبِيٍّ يَأْتِي مِنْ بَعْدِ اسْمُهُ أَحْمَدٍ. I am giving you glad tidings for a final messenger after me. His name is Ahmad. Now their messenger, Isa alayhi salam, who raised the dead with the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, who brought for them the shape of a bird with clay. He blew in it, became a bird, and it flew and it became a real bird. Made for them miracles after miracles after miracles. His birth was miraculous. He spoke to them in the cradle. They know he is coming from Allah Azza wa Jal. Why did they want him dead? Why did we want him killed? And the answer is very, very simple. He told them the final messenger, his name is Ahmad, but that's not the end of it. He said he's going to be the son of Ismail. He's not going to be the son of Ishaq. Allahu Akbar. Why? Because they believe their religion is a race. It's not a religion. They are the children of Israel. So today you can speak, and I can challenge you, go to any rabbi and you speak to I spoke to many of them myself. You can be an atheist and still be a Jew. Because your mother is a Jewish, therefore you're a Jew by race, but you can be an atheist. You don't have to believe in Allah to be a Jew. So their religion is not a religion, it is a race today. Why? They changed the laws of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah promised the progeny of Ibrahim alayhi salam that from your descendants I'm going to send the messenger to the world. So the seed of Ibrahim, he didn't say the seed of Sarah or the seed of Hagar, the seeds of Ibrahim. They changed the rule. Today they tell you, you can talk to any Jew, they tell you that if your mother is a Jew, you can be a Jew. If your father is a Jew, does not mean you're a Jew, if your mother is not a Jew. Why? Because they want to say, Ibrahim was a Jew, according to their saying. Sarah was a Jew, so therefore her children are Jewish. Hagar was Egyptian, was not from that race, therefore they're not Jews. So therefore they believe that the message must be in their race. It is a race thing. So what happened is when Isa alayhi salam told them, no. This is Allah, decide who He gives His message to. It is not your decision. They said, then you're an imposter. You're this, you're that. And they wanted him killed. They don't want him to speak anymore. They went to the Romans, crucify him, and Allah saved them. And Allah tells us in the Quran, وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ لَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُمْ. And Allah raised him to him, and they did not crucify him. The one that was crucified is the one that actually told about where he was hiding, and then he was the one that Allah transformed his look, and he was the one that was crucified. So as a result, the people were divided. People who loved Isa, Jesus, a lot, and people who hated him so much, right? The Jewish people, they said, no, he's an imposter. We're still, until today, they're still waiting for that final messenger. You can speak to any Jew. They're still waiting for the final messenger. You ask the Christians today, why did the Jewish people want Isa dead? They said, well, they were waiting. They were expecting a king. They was expecting this. Nobody can tell you. The real truth is that he told them that the final messenger is the son of Ismail, not the son of Ishaq. And indeed, when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came, he was the final messenger, and they were Jewish people, Bani Nadir and Bani Qurayda. They were living in Medina waiting for the final messenger to come. When the messenger Muhammad ﷺ came, they were upset. They knew he came from Allah Azza wa Jal. What did they say? They say, Jibreel alayhi salam, Angel Gabriel, Jibreel alayhi salam is our enemy. And Allah Azza wa Jal answered them in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah. قل من كان عدوا لجبريل فإنه نزله على قلبك بإذن الله. Tell them, whoever wants to be the enemy of Jibreel, he has revealed to you the revelation on your heart with the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. It is Allah's decision that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam get the messenger. It is not their decision. They were hoping that the revelation will come to them and that messenger will be a Jew. They knew that it came from Allah. They knew it came from Jibreel alayhi salam. They said, Jibreel is our enemy. Look at the arrogance that they have. They're challenging Allah Azza wa Jal. So as a result, now the people were divided after Isa alayhi salam. Allah saved them, and after they saw this crucifixion, the Jewish people, making all those rumors, they say, see, we told you he's an imposter. Why? Because during the crucifixion, if you go to any of their Bibles today, none of them tells you the history of what happened during the crucifixion. They tell you, why? Because they're so ashamed to disclose what was said during the crucifixion, because it wasn't Isa alayhi salam. They were hurting. He's like, I am not him. And they start to mock him. They say, now you are telling us that you're not him? Before, where is your God to save you? Where is this? Where is that? He's like, I am not him. I am Judah of Iscariot. I am this specific guy. I am not him. He said, now you're trying to lie? Who are you trying to lie to us? So because of this, because of the dhulm, because of how evil, Allah Azza wa Jal gave them the biggest fitna, the test, to test their iman. And a lot of them got deceived. A lot of them stayed Jews. The other people, they said, no, we love him so much no matter what he said. And in John, if you go in John, in one of their Bible, they have a statement and they wrote it in Aramaic. It's not translated in English. I think because they're so ashamed to translate it in English. And the statement says, Ilahi, lema shabaktani. Ilahi, Ilahi, why have you forsaken me? Actually, they have it translated. But they kept this. Ilahi, Ilahi. He didn't say, oh my father, or my this. This is, who's saying that? This is Judah of Iscariot, the one that was crucified. Oh Allah, I thought I was doing the right thing. Why have you forsaken me? And then because you deceived Isa, because you went against Isa, because you witnessed the Ma'idah that Allah Azza wa Jal descended to Isa, and then you ate from it, and now you go and you betray Isa. Allah Azza wa Jal says, سأعذبه عذابا لا أعذبه أحدا من العالمين. I'm going to punish him a punishment that nobody else on the face of the world will be punished. And he got punished from that punishment. This is in Surah Al-Ma'idah. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.